Alright, so I don't usually make videos like this covering new things of like YouTube policies or drama or any of that kind of stuff. I'm not like singing Penguin Z Zero out here making like the YouTube drama or whatever. I don't usually do that, but I feel like I kind of have to say something about this just because of what this basically means for YouTube as a whole. So, if you guys don't know, YouTube is going to be launching a new AI uh, monitoring program. That's basically the best way to put it. And this is kind of in light of all the new censorship restrictions that are going on in like the UK. I'm not going to get into that here. I will link the video from Penguin Z Zero that kind of goes all over this stuff because he does a good job explaining it. So check that out if you want some more information on that. But what I want to just go over is YouTube's actual policy on this because I think it's, watching my wording here, not the best idea. I think it's not great. And there's a lot of flaws with it that are immediately obvious if you take 2 seconds to even think about it. So here, starting August 13th, they're going to roll out this new AI model to determine whether US-based users are under the age of 18. And it says, regardless of when your account was created or your birthday, blah, 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 blah. It doesn't matter. It's just going to be basically trying to baby-proof YouTube for kids, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense since they already have YouTube Kids, which is dead at this point because now they're just turning YouTube into YouTube Kids, but that's a whole other issue. And they talk about how these things are not new, which, I mean, how they're going about this is new. We'll get to that. So they talk about, determine whether users are under 18, blah, 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 blah. And that's not necessarily bad because people can just lie about whatever the heck they want. And while it's not necessarily bad, people will just find what they want to find anyway, no matter what you try to do. So, and there's a lot of ways people can get around this. So, yeah, we'll talk about that here. So that's what they're doing. How does it, what the heck just happened? I didn't mean to click it and all of a sudden just moved. How does it work? So the age estimation model uses a variety of signals such as YouTube activity and longevity of the account. If we determine you are under 18, you will be notified, and we have an option to verify your age. So first of all, how YouTube's AI algorithm monitoring system is going to determine whether you are over or under 18 is based on what you watch and how long your account's been active. So, yeah, basically anybody who makes content for kids is effectively screwed if they are over 18 years old. And we'll talk about what happens here in a minute. But yeah, for my YouTube channel, I don't know if Five Nights at Freddy's is considered for kids. I wouldn't be surprised if it's put in the kids category because a lot of FNAF-esque content is mostly targeted towards kids. I wouldn't be surprised if it is. I'm a little worried because they could potentially put me at under 18, and they could also do that for my personal YouTube channel, which I've had for the longest time, and I watch all sorts of things on there, which some of which is like Star Wars or Minecraft. Like, I watch other stuff too, but there's content that is targeted towards kids that I tend to watch. Not like kiddie videos, but like Minecraft would be associated with kids. If you watch a Minecraft video, now you're associated with under 18. You can already kind of see the problem here. People who are over 18 could be watching this kind of content and then be labeled under 18. And while that's not necessarily like the end of the world, how they try to get you to confirm whether you are over 18 is. So how they determine that you are over 18 is through arguably the worst possible things they could potentially ever do. The most horrendous ways to prove that you are over 18. Either I have to show them my freaking driver's license. So I'm just going to hand you to my driver's license and say, here's all my personal information. Please take my driver's license. I can send them a picture of myself. Here's my face, YouTube. Big old smile. Got the teeth showing. Here's a picture. Or I can give them my credit card or debit card information. If you could not tell already, this is a massive breach of privacy. There could be YouTubers out there who are over the age of 18 who do not feel comfortable showing pictures of themselves, which would happen with the government ID as well, because if it's like a driver's license, your picture's on there, or a passport, your picture's on there. So I keep forgetting that clicking does that. So two of these are just showing a picture of your bright, beautiful teeth to YouTube, or your credit card information. Yeah, I don't know what they were thinking with this. And I already thought of ways that are going to screw over people big time. So for me, if the channel gets flagged for I'm under 18 years old, which, guys, I'm just going to tell you, I'm 22. I'm not under 18. I've been over 18 for quite a few years at this point. If they try to flag me as under 18, I am going to throw a fit. If anything, I will send them a selfie, because I have showed my face on the channel before once. So my face is already out there. I don't like handing it over to YouTube. Technically, though, they already have it. So if anything, I would do a selfie, because I'm not going to give them my freaking driver's license. That's like the last thing on earth I'd want to do. I'm not going to give them, YouTube, a company, my driver's license. And my credit card information, I'd rather not share that with YouTube either. So, like, I'd send them a picture of my bright, beautiful face. That's what I would send. But I've already thought of a way that this isn't going to work. So I got my driver's license like a year or two back at most, probably like a year ago. And I got that clearly after I was 18 years old. So it took some time after I turned 18 to get my driver's license. I did have a debit card before I turned 18, but some people might not. And other people also might not be feeling comfortable to show their face out to people. There's a lot of YouTubers out there who don't show their face. I almost never show my face. I have once, but I almost never do. There's people out there who don't want to show their face. So what if somebody makes content that is not targeted towards kids, but would fall into the kids category? Let's say like they make Minecraft videos and they don't have a driver's license, or, don't want to share their passport information or stuff like that. They don't have a debit card or credit card, and they don't feel comfortable showing their face. You are now effectively screwed, because their 3 horrendous ways to prove you're over 18 are now just thrown out the window. So that's already a problem for people. Now, what issues arise for your channel if you are under 18? We're going to move on from this whole thing here, because this will kind of tie into this. So what does it mean for viewers who are under 18? Well, standard protections are put on towards people who are under 18, such as showing non-personalized ads, which is actually like the plus to this. Not showing personalized ads to kids is a big plus. I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly okay with that. That's a good option there. Enabling digital well-being tools by default. I don't take a break and bedtime reminders. I don't even know what the heck that is, so I can't say anything on that because I don't know. Showing reminders about privacy when uploading a video or recommended or commenting publicly. I don't know what that means, but we'll kind of get back to that. And then minimizing recommendations of videos with content that could be problematic if viewed in repetition. I also don't know what the heck that means. Like replayable videos. Like, I don't know. So it's weird. But here's also where some more stuff. So what does this mean for creators? So the viewers, it just kind of tells you like, hey, maybe don't do this if you're under 18. Well, what if you're making content? Setting uploads as private by default for anybody, and restricting the ability to earn from gifts and vertical live streams. I don't know if you care about that. This is the one that gets me. So here they word it as like when you go to upload a video, it's just set as at private by default. It also kind of seems like you could maybe change that, but it also kind of talks about how it might just make all your videos private if you're under 18. Like that, I saw that in other places where it kind of makes it sound like if you try to upload content but you're determined under 18 years old, that you can't post anything. And if that's actually what it is, that's really, really stupid in a very quick way to get your platform absolutely destroyed. Because how stupid would it be to be like, hey, we're not going to let you upload things to YouTube? Like, are you nuts? I just don't know what they'd be thinking if that's the case. if the case is like you go to upload a video and it's like, hey, we're gonna make this private, and you're like, I don't want it to be private, and they're like, okay, then we're not gonna make it private. That's another thing. Or like if there's some sort of workaround to be like, hey, I'm under 18, but I want to upload a video that's not private. If there's some sort of workaround there, it's not great, but it's not the end of the world. If you can't upload content being under 18 years old, I would probably say YouTube's effectively kind of screwed. Because, like, what are they supposed to do? There's people I know, fellow associates of the channel, who are under 18 who make content. They're kids. They make content. Well, their channels are what, now dead? Like, oh, cool. Now you just crush some kid's spirit because they wanted to upload videos to YouTube? Like, what kind of nonsense is that? So, I don't know. Just some of the stuff they have here is just really dumb. And then it's like some creators may experience a shift in their audience categorized as teens. Those may result in a decrease in ad revenue. So they're saying like, hey, we're effectively going to screw over how much money you're making too, which they already did back in May. They had a whole rollout of automatic ads that, like, it was a real whole mess back then. And I was going to make a video on it then, and I didn't because it didn't affect me. But this one might, because now they're just going to be like, hey, people who are making money, you're not making money anymore. So I don't know what on earth they're thinking with this. Like, well, I know what they're thinking with this. The surveillance. That's the whole point. The whole point is so that they get surveillance on everybody using their platform. But I just don't know some of these choices. Like, it just feels really weird and really, really off. And I don't know that much. I'll recommend Penguin Z0's video on this kind of stuff because he knows a lot more about this than I do. But I just felt like I wanted to go over this and share a few words and say that potentially August 13th, a day before the 2 years since I actually sat down and created the channel, which isn't technically my 2 years of doing YouTube. It's a whole complicated mess. But it's the day before my 2,000 subscriber special. Potentially, all my videos could become private, and then I'd have to fight YouTube to get it back, potentially. I don't know if they'd categorize me as under 18. I'm really curious to see what they would do with that. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they tried to. Which, like, if you're going to say I'm under 18, then, like, Jiminy Christmas, there must actually be, like, 2-year-olds using YouTube as, like, making content if you're going to try to go by that route. So, yeah, I just thought I'd bring this up. Again, I don't usually do this kind of stuff, but it's hitting a little bit closer to home than most changes or drama ever does. And I thought I'd bring some more awareness to this. It's already kind of somewhat public. People have talked about, you know, they've seen stuff on this. I'm just kind of curious to see what's going to happen. I feel like there's going to be one of two things. Either YouTube's going to have a serious hit from this and either have to roll it back or do some changes because everybody's going to be really pissed and it's going to just kind of actually screw over every single person that uses YouTube, or it's going to end up like COPPA was like 5+ years ago, whenever that was. I don't remember when it was. But there's the whole thing of like the COPPA Children Online Protection Act or something like that. I don't remember what it was called. But it's like, oh, it's going to screw over YouTube. And then like everything was kind of fine. Like it wasn't great, but it was fine. Like nothing super serious happened. So that's kind of how I see this is going to happen. Either it's going to be really, really awful and just screw everybody over, or it's just kind of gonna happen and then everybody's just gonna find ways around it, because there are clearly ways around it, as in you could just give over information that's not yours. Be like, hey, mom and pop, can I get a picture of your face, and then just send that in. Like, I don't know, people could have easy ways around this. There always is. Like I said, there's always ways for people to get around everything. You're never going to be able to block everything. And it being under the guise of protecting kids, they already have YouTube Kids. So that's clearly just a lie. Anyway, I probably have pissed off YouTube enough, if they're even watching this. I doubt they're even watching this because, you know, I'm not that big of a channel. But if somehow some random YouTube employee is watching this, it's not really their fault. But anyway, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Adios, goodbye. Thanks for watching. I hope to never make a video like this ever again, because I don't like to. So yeah, bye-bye.